Hey everybody, Wayne here. In today's Recon, you guys get a special 2-for-1 bonus. I'm going to be unboxing Storming the Gap, the first in the World at War 85 series from Lock and Load Publishing, and also the Solo Assistant, which works for both Nations at War and World at War 85. I do want to say that these review copies were provided by Lock and Load Publishing. Let's go ahead and start with the big heavy box here for Storming the Gap. This is a big guy and it is a heavy one, so nice artwork there. So obviously, you guys, if you haven't heard or don't know anything, so this is Volume 1. Volume 2, as of filming this, is on GameFound right now. It is Blood and Fury. So this game, Storming the Gap, first volume in the World at War 85 series. It is fast and furious platoon-level combat set in an alternative history, 1985. Where World War III breaks out. The Warsaw Pact armies storm across the border of East Germany in a powerful attempt to seize West Germany and the whole of free Europe. All right, let's go ahead and open it up. This is a series that I've kept my eye on for a while. I've thought about, then I was like, I don't know. And then as I learned a little bit more from, I have to give a little bit of credit to Maurice Fitzgerald for Mo's Game Table, and then, kind of pushed me over the edge, I guess you could say, and him basically saying like, yeah, I think you'd really like it. I know that while it doesn't use chit pull, it uses card draw, basically cards instead of chits, right? So not only is it going to be solitaire friendly even without the actual solo module, it has a solo assistant. So, and then I know that the expansion, or excuse me, not the expansion, the second game, Blood and Fury, that has like a built-in. So instead of having a separate solo assistant, it actually has its own specially designed solo module built in, which also got me pretty excited for the series as a whole. I was like, you know what, I better just learn the series then. So, all right, start taking a look. All right, so we have the rule set here. I know that the rule set has been updated from the 2.0. I think it's on 2.2 something now, 2.2 I believe, which I do have a copy of those. So take a look at the rules first. World of War 85 core rules, which you learn the core rules, right? You basically know how to play all the games, other than, maybe game-specific rules and scenario-specific rules. Now, it's a lock and load game, so it's going to have a lot of pages to the rulebook. We're looking at, what is this, something like, 140, including the credits. Full color. But even with these large rulebooks, and it's something I discovered with something like Point Blank, although I believe that's more complex than this game system is. A lot of big pictures. You can see, obviously, look at the counter. I mean, everything's covered. Shows you exactly what's going on. Lots of pictures of everything. Large text, which is always appreciated. You're not going to be struggling to read. So it is a lot of pages, but I don't believe it's going to be overly complicated. And that's one of the things that when I heard about the system and I was like, I want to learn it, I want to see it, is that I heard that it was not overly complex, right? It was more of a playable system. It's not a lifestyle game. This isn't even lock and load tactical, right? It's a lot simpler than that. So looks good. We're not going to scroll through or, flip through every single page. See, design notes are listed in those extra boxes. Special notes in yellow, examples in gray. So lots of good information here. Line of sight being explained. Multiple examples of line of sight. Perfect, good to know. Okay, yeah, nice big thick rule book. We have module rules and scenarios. You guys know my unboxings, we don't spend all day on them. We look through them, I give you kind of my impressions, then we move on and we get to actually play in the game. Want a full overview, those will be coming. I'm going to have multiple videos on this game. That is the plan anyway. And if you're watching these kind of real time, right, as I'm releasing them, I plan to have a bunch of videos done before the Blood and Fury GameFound is completed. So that way, help you guys make a decision on whether this system and these games are right for you or not. Scenario 1, Storming the Gap. Here we go. Looks like a pretty simple one, not too many units. I'm sure they get more and more complex as time goes by. So many scenarios. Look at this. Holy crap. What is this? Like 20 scenarios? 21 scenarios? Very nice. Okay. All right. So again, we're not trying to learn the game. We're not trying to examine every single thing here. We want to get through it. We want to check everything out. Whole bunch of map boards. So I know it's these sort of smaller map boards, which I actually do appreciate because, well, sometimes I don't want to necessarily have a huge game, taking up the entire board. Obviously, you can put them together, right? So they're kind of modular where you can set them up and, put them side by side because you have like a number here. Number 2, this one obviously, number 1, etc. Let's look at these. Okay, a nice card stock. Nice card stock. They're not paper. They're not mounted either, right? They're kind of that in between. Artwork is very nice, very clear. I think I saw someone playing on this map. I watched a video, maybe Counterproductive Games. Was it him over there that I saw playing this, maybe? Looks very clear. Yep, single-sided. Obviously, though, there are a bunch of them. We're not going to look through all of them, but you can see, and it looks like, I don't know if it's the snow ones are just doubles or if those are different. You have, obviously, greenery, and you have snow ones. Let's open up a snow one and look at it. So lots of maps to play on. Lots of different terrain types, it looks like. Some urban towns, hexes, forests, bridges, rivers. Okay, all right. Again, we're not spending all day on it. Looks good so far. I'm really interested in seeing these counters, but we'll get there. Just hang on, everybody. We'll get there. Out of the way. Nice bag full of dice. A bunch of dice for Americans and the Soviets. Nice big dice, too. Very nice. Appreciate that, as always. Some games nowadays don't even come with dice, or they come with just a couple of them, so nice to get a big handful of them. All right, and what are these? Player aids, it looks like. Holy crap, what do we got here? All right, so I think we got a ton of, like, player aids or something. Holy cow. Let's see. Yep, so we have national unit tables. Okay, so I bet you for each country has one, huh? So, yep, East Germany, West Germany. And then and this is not what is this? National unit table. Okay, so maybe continuing it. Holy cow. 1 of 4. I guess it'll say down in here. All right, let's get to like United States, right? USA. Here we go. United States national unit tables. This is like a big old cardstock thing. Looks like each of the countries in the game has it. You can see the units themselves, and I'm sure looks like there must be other ones. Another one for America at least. I don't know. Somewhere in here. Here it is. Sorry, guys. Not organized ahead of time. We just kind of wing it. And that's the way I like to do it. All right. So it looks like we have the units, different types of units that are listed here. And then you'll have, what is it? So their name, description, how many steps there are, defense types, etc. So maybe helps you with the certain rules. And they have the rule citations on the top here, you can see. So that's pretty nice. Special functions they have. Okay, cool. I know the unit cost, that's related to the fact that you kind of like build your own scenarios, right? Build your own battles, which obviously adds a lot of replayability. And the game comes with 20 scenarios, so you're going to have a lot going on anyway. But if you want, you can build your own. We have a big ol' unit and card reference. Very nice sheet here. You have little reminders. And yeah, it looks like there's a lot of information on the counters, but pretty clear. I know we're looking at the counters here, but very simple of basically, hey, are you firing AP, armor piercing, HE, high explosive, basically the range, how many dice you're going to roll, and then what you're going to have to roll to hit, right? So you got that T-62 firing at another tank, firing at my Abrams maybe. You're going to roll 3 dice, and any 5 or higher are hits. And then they would then roll armor to try to save. So say I was shooting at them, roll 3 dice, and I have to get 6 on a die to be a save. So obviously there's a lot more to it than that, but that's sort of the basic core. And I think that's one of the things I also liked was that I saw that the core system looked actually pretty legitimate, pretty easy for the most part, right? A lot of that, like, read what's on the counter, roll some dice, maybe check for modifiers. Big old terrain effects chart here. Line of sight card. Well, they went all out on these reference cards, huh? Actually appreciated. A lot of games nowadays are like scrambling to find a freaking reference card here. They take good care of you. Boom. Okay. We got some more. What do we got here? Okay, and I know so we have holding boxes for, well, different things. NATO and allies, Soviet allies, HQs and SWs, whatever that is, ready to be deployed. Suppressed HQs, casualties, battlefield events table, missile ammo usage chart, special ability triangle reference, so definitely. And then formation card. Okay, and this is just inventory of the formation cards. Double-sided. Should have been checking these double-sided. So some are, some are not. From the formation deck, which is, remember, it's not chip pull, it's card draw. So you draw it and they activate that certain formation. Turn record track, weather track, NATO and allies off-board artillery, weather change table, battle generator, direct fire modifiers, sequence of play. Here we go, sequence of play. Okay, a little bit small text, but at the same time, looks like there's a lot of information on here, so I think it'll be okay. Luckily, I have good vision anyway. And then back to holding boxes. Woo! Okay, so we only got a couple things left here. We got our cards, which I think for the most part, right, the cards are going to just be the like formation cards, I guess. I might pause the camera right now to open them up, but I don't want to do that. I just want to keep rolling here. And that box cutter did not do the job whatsoever. Maybe I should have paused the camera, but now I'm just talking to try to distract you guys from the fact that I am struggling to open these pack of cards, and I think I just did it. Oh, thank God. Okay. All right. So let's open her up the rest of the way here. Boom, boom, boom. Get this plastic out of here. Okay. So yeah, so we have the formation cards you're going to be drawing. I know that it's color coded, which objective cards as well. Nice attractive back on them. So what is it all? Just the different sides and everything. Yep. So basically, I mean, these cards are all just like the formation cards, right? Which you say, what's formation? Well, and that's tied into, I believe, morale and then range maybe for activating them if the headquarters is in good order or if it's disrupted. And then you can see it has the name of everything, right? It also has a colored bar there, which will help you out. United States, you saw West Germany, ton of West Germany, which makes sense, right? That's Soviets are moving in, and then obviously you're going to have, I'm sure, the Soviets in this stack. No need to look at them, you get the idea. Pretty basic. But now let's look at these counters. Really want to look at these counters. The whole time I've been thinking about these dang counters. I'm like, oh my God. So 7 counter sheets. Holy crap. Okay. I accept that. Let's start looking at these. So they are obviously individually die cut, nice and thick, super thick. Boom, pops right out of there. Let's go ahead and get a little closer view of these. So you can see, for instance, the blue, I don't know what formation. Obviously, we look at some cards, if the card's available or not. I thought maybe we looked at it, that darker blue, maybe something like, well, maybe not on here. Anyway, it's fine. We don't need to look. So you draw a card, you flip it over. Oh, hey, you get to activate. Boom. You have your headquarters here, a certain range of them. You have your Abrams, Bradleys. Get them kind of close so you guys can see. Very nice. Love the artwork on there. Looks very clear, easy to read. Again, right, we talked about the, say AP firepower, range, first number, then the number of dice you roll, and then finally the 2 hits you want to get with your dice. You have your armor at bottom left. I believe maybe movement in the bottom. You had to spit on my counters. Apologize for that. That's gross. But yeah, anyway, so let's look through. Some infantry, different Abrams, different Patton tanks. Yep, Patton tanks, love it. Bradleys, more Abrams, Bradleys, some infantry, M901. Fantastic. And again, individually die cut, nice, thick, nice counter. So definitely like these counters. I knew they were going to look good from the beginning. I was like, man, these counters look like they're going to be pretty cool. Some status markers, it looks like. Low missile ammo, no missile ammo. All double-sided, of course. Oh, here we get into the Soviets. Dun, dun, dun. Soviets and their allies, likely, right? Oh, and then we have some burnt out minefields, objective markers, and something for the helicopters. Let's see. T-72 tanks. Oh, those T-72s. BMPs, infantry. For infantry, they just get the NATO symbol. The armored fighting vehicles, they get the cool. And then the Hind helicopter. Oh, nice. Look at that. All right. I think that's it for this whole dealio here. I know I got a little mess I got to clean up. But before we go, remember, I check out this Solo Assistant quick. I don't think there's I think it's just like a rulebook, couple player aids, and then maybe a stack of cards. So I don't think it'd be too hard to check these out quick. I just want to lump it in because I'm like, you know what? I don't need a separate video for it. You guys can check it out with me. And if you had already had that and you didn't want to check this out, maybe skip to this part of the video. That's cool too. Yep, that's what I thought. So you have basically the module rules, right? Telling you how to play the solo bot or whatever. It's what is it for them? AEO, Artificial Enemy Opponent. I think it's what Lock and Load Publishing likes to call. Here you have a Solo Assistant behavior table and a little sequence of play form, maybe. Priorities, tells you what the priority is. Now it's based on the range on the card. Then you have the actual cards themselves. So they are tarot sized, right? So they are not poker sized or, you know, smaller cards. They are full tarot sized. Open them up here as the plastic crumbles. Thanks, guys. Once again, my captivated audience. All right, guys. Sorry I have to suffer through this. Yeah, normally I'd pause it, but I'm doing a lot of video editing today and other videos as well, and so I'm just not in the mood. I just want to tear it open on camera and play, or at least look at it. So yeah, so you have these big tarot size cards. Flip them over. You know, and I know there's a couple things about them. Like I said, I watched a couple videos on them already. So you have your dice up in the corners. If you want to use, instead of rolling dice, you can do these for the 2d6. Priority, remember, based on range, what they're going to do. Secondary priorities, you know, maybe they're close. They're going to fire, and then LRM is like least something move, least restrictive move, least risky move, something like that. Fire, move towards, execute counteractions. Here, disrupted AEO. So remember, that's artificial enemy opponent. Closest to PU, player unit. If in a 0 defensive bonus, move towards cover. So right, so if it's disrupted, closest to the player unit, it's going to get out of there, move towards cover, etc., etc. So you have all these different cards, different priorities, based on, you know, how close they are to your to each other, and then secondary, you know, if that doesn't apply, maybe go down here, or if that, whatever the case may be. Again, I haven't played the game, just what I've seen on some videos. So, all right, and that's, I mean, it's basically it, man, right? Like a big old stack of cards, you're drawing, flip them over, check, and I think you can either do it 1 card per unit, or if you want to do a little faster, you can do 1 card for that formation that's activated. And finally, I don't know if this is just more of them, or maybe that was just they didn't want to have, can only fit so many in 1 stack, so it looks like it's just more of the cards. Oh, you can see the number in the top corner there. 11, that's 49, so maybe it's just more of them. Oh, that's actually, I wonder if that had that quick open. This one did. Oops, if it did. All right. So, yeah, it looks like just more. It goes up to 66. So that's right, because the box set up to 66 of these cards. So, whew, okay, this is a much longer unboxing than I normally do, much longer recon, but that's it. This is the games. Storming the Gap, World of War 85, Solo Assistant. Can't wait to play it. Can't wait to check it out. Look at all these fantastic components. Very nice. Hope the system lives up to the hype, though. They've been talking about how good it is. I'll be the decider on that. So, okay, guys, seriously, though, hope you enjoyed this. If you want to learn more, want to see more, stay tuned to the channel. I'm going to have a lot more videos on World of War 85, specifically Storming the Gap. So, until next time, everybody, later.